reset of the odd and even columns. The number at this end, in column 5, difference number 5, is 1,080. And the 8 counts down to 0 and adds to the gear next to it, which has an even number in it, which means it has a 0, a 2, a 4, a 6, or an 8. Okay? Well, that means 4 out of 5 times it's adding to a number which is going to go beyond 10. 8 added to 2 will give you 10, 8 added to 4 will give you 12, and so on. So here the odd number gear counts down, the 8 counts down to 0, transmits over to say the 4, we're adding 8 and 4, and the answer comes out to be 2, not 12. Because you're adding on a single digit level, okay? So when it goes from 9 to 0, you can't add to the gear above it because it's doing the same thing. It's busy doing an add part. So it can't take care of the carry. So what he does is he designs a set of levers that when the thing goes from 9 to 0, it trips the lever saying, I have a carry, pending. It will take care of it at some point, but the add continues on. Now, remember, at the end of the add, that sector gear lifts up and then begins to reset the odds. And meanwhile, the even gear is disengaged, not doing anything. It's not even being added to the column next to it anymore. It's just sitting there while the odd column is being reset. Perfect time to do the application of all of the carries that were generated. So he has a mechanism now that pulls all the carries and adds one to the gear above. Okay? Now, if one of the numbers one of the gears being added to is a 9, it will become a 0, and it will trip its own carry lever. Okay? And it's not possible to have 2 carries at one stage, because the most you can add is 9, added to 9 gives you 8 with a carry. And if you add 1 to the 8, it becomes a 9, still has the same carry. Most you can get is 19, can't get 20, which means 2 carries. So, you've got all the carries produced by the add, but then you have the carries produced by propagation. Because if I add to a 9 to become a 0, it trips a carry, but if the number above that's another 9, it's going to do the same thing. So I have to be able to take care of the propagation of carry, and that's not going to happen instantly. They're going to happen a little bit delayed one from the other. So he designs this helical scheme of being able to pull the carry levers so that we can do them in some sort of a stepwise fashion. You want to say anything else?
Well, I'll do my little dance here.
Yeah.
Gives you something to look at or look for. The gold columns are the carry lever columns, and they're a very delicate kind of a piece in there with lots of little arms sticking out. There's actually about 4 of them. I can only do about three. And there's a little short one out here too that I don't do either. So what happens is that there's an arm, one of these little levers that sits on the row that's causing a carry. And on the figure wheel, there's a little tab that sticks out. And when the figure wheel goes from 9 to 0, a carry should happen. And it moves this carry lever so that this long arm now sticks out in a different position. And this little short arm has 4 little notch positions. You can barely see them flip into one to the other, but the first notch position is no carry. The second notch position is carry warned. That's what Babbage call it. It's really an anticipation of a carry. The next position is carry done, and the final position is carry disabled. And Dick told you on the front side we keep X in the first 5 digits in the answer in the next 25. We just separate those 2 parts by having a carry disabled at that level. So those are the carry levers. But what happens when this arm is sticking out? It's in the path of the helical line here, and the helical line then causes it to click into a carry done. And these things that up here on the next row are kind of a little rocker arm, like the pendulum part of a clock. And when a carry is pending, in other words, this guy is out in the path, it causes that to rock the next one position. And if that one goes by the little tab, it causes the next carry lever to pop into a warned position, which immediately pops into the next carry.
So if
you've got very quick eyes, you'll be able to see all that.
Now, before he starts to crank, I want to point out that this main gear right here has teeth and no teeth. And it turns out that that's true on the other. There's teeth on the other side and no teeth on the bottom. So this thing has teeth and no teeth, teeth and no teeth all the way around twice, okay? And it's attached to this shaft right here, which is attached to these. So as we start to do the add, we have no teeth. So these things don't spin. But when the teeth come along, we're going to spin these columns. So here we go. We're going to do the add and the carry. Add, carry. Add, carry. You can hear them click, click as they come out and go back. Notice that these columns go around twice. That's what it takes to propagate the carry from the bottom to the top. And we're back to the 0 point. Cute, isn't it?
Yeah. Beautiful.
Okay, so let's go back to the front.